We are going to do some on the floor today. Grab some blocks if you don't have them. Have some blocks nearby. You can certainly stay in the chair for centering, and then we're going to go down onto our back after that. So let's go ahead and center. Find that comfortable seated position with the spine nice and long, the hands either on the thighs or in the lap. The palms might be up or down. You could even practice a hand mudra if you'd like. The hands are in the lap. The right goes on top of the left. This is a hand mudra in and of itself. But just do what feels comfortable for you, what allows you to lengthen up through that spine. Mute everybody. And close the eyes. When you feel settled and still, just let those eyes soften. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And as you exhale, let out a sigh. And do it again. Deep breath in. And slow breath out. Just try to relax your body. Relax your nervous system. Right. And so sometimes the deep breath doesn't feel good, and that's perfectly fine. Do what you need to do to help yourself get into stillness and quiet. This is the stillness and quiet that exists within us, regardless of what's going on around us. So feel that stillness and quiet now. Let your breath begin to lengthen and deepen. Let it evolve so it feels good and right in your body. Use the breath to help deepen your awareness to the present moment. The long, slow, deep breath in through the nose. And a long, slow, steady breath out through the nose. Let everything else just fade into the background as you bring your awareness to right here and right now. Find the contentment here, the self-acceptance here, acknowledging this moment. Perfect just as it is, just as you are. And in the awareness of this moment, I invite you to set your own personal intention for your practice here this morning. The hard part is done. You showed up. You said yes. You overcame all the obstacles and the excuses to show up for yourself this morning. What are you here to receive? How can this practice serve you? I invite you to dedicate your practice. Draw energy into your own personal space to support you and to guide you, motivate you and to inspire you, to help you find your will and your discipline in your practice. Lastly, share the gifts of this practice with someone else in your life. It's not here to receive it themselves. We'll take our next breath together. Inhale and reach the arms all the way overhead. Bring the palms together, and as you exhale, let the hands just slowly float down to the center to rest at the heart. Namaste. So I do want you to make your way onto your back. So if for whatever reason, if verbal cues are great, fine for you, that's great. If you prefer to shift your body a little bit so you can see me a little bit better, you can. That's up to you. But I want you to come all the way down onto your back and bring the knees into the chest. And I want you to start just by rocking from side to side. And think of this like a massage on your low back. You might even start to feel some kind of pops and movement in your spine. A lot of times this can help straighten the spine, almost like a chiropractic adjustment would. And now I want you to keep the knees in real close to the chest as you rock for a moment and kind of feel the sensations a little bit more into the center and the upper part of your back. Feel the space between your shoulder blades. And then move the knees just a little bit further away. Straighten the arms as you rock. Feel the massage now more onto your low back. And then let the spine be grounded on the floor. And take the knees and start to circle them around. This actually is a lot like our Sufi circle movement. We're just on the floor. So instead of moving the upper body, we're moving the lower body. Now, if this feels pretty comfortable for you, you could bring the hands behind the legs or even the arms all the way down to the floor. That might allow you to make the circle a little bigger. And if you want to add some rocking along with that, you can. All of these movements are about feeling good in your body. So it doesn't have to be right or wrong. Moving so it feels good to you. It's like you're drawing a circle on the ceiling with your knees. Next time the knees come in towards the chest, towards the chin, just pause. And just do that same circle in the opposite direction. Again, you might have the hands on the knees for support or behind the legs. Or you might have the hands down on the floor, relax the face and the shoulders. Opening up the hips and the low back. Feeling all the different sensations throughout your spine. And breathing as you move. And then eventually bring those knees all the way to the chest. Just relax here for a moment. Be still and feel the sensations. And I want you to keep the right knee into the chest. You can interlace the fingers on the shin as you extend the left leg out along the floor. And then I want you to switch. So the left knee will come in and that right leg will extend on the floor. Shift the hands to the shin of the left leg. We're going to do this a few times. So inhale as the knee comes in. Exhale as you relax and extend that other leg. Inhale as you switch. Exhale as you relax. Good. Now you might go at your own pace. You can lengthen the movement. You can slow the breath. Do feel that extended leg all the way down to the floor. Feel the knee, let it come all the way into the chest. Really nice, everybody. The next time that right knee is into the chest, I want you to pause there. Keep that right knee into the chest. Relax the left leg down to the floor and just focus on your ankle, on that foot. Circle at the right ankle. Nice big circles. Feel the bottom of the foot and the top of the foot. Feel the space between your toes. And then just go in the opposite direction. Good. Flex your foot, bring the hands behind the thigh and extend that right leg up to the ceiling. If this is too intense, you can bend that left leg, place the left foot on the floor, or it can stay extended. I want you to bend at the knee, lower the heel down to the floor, and then straighten the leg as much as you can, pressing the heel up towards the ceiling. And just do this a few times at your own pace, feeling that knee joint, feeling the stretch in the back of the leg, feel the contraction in your quadricep and your thigh. Inhale when the knee comes into the chest, and you can exhale when you press the heel up. Next time that heel is up, just pause there for a moment, flex your foot, and lift the head, lift the shoulders off the floor, walk the hands a little closer towards your foot, and just pull everything in together. Nice job, everybody. Release it out. Bring that right knee back into the chest. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, switch the legs. Draw that left knee in, right leg down to the floor. And we're going to switch from side to side a few more times, just like we were doing before. Knee comes in, the other leg extends, and then switch. Knee comes in, other leg extends. Inhale the knee into the chest. Foot switching, and then exhale as you settle in. And the next time that left knee comes into the chest, just pause there, hugging that knee in. Right leg relaxed on the floor. Focus on your left foot as you rotate at the ankle, making nice big circles. Take your time, there's no rush. Feel the bottom of the foot and the top of the foot. Feel the toes. Just pause and go in the opposite direction. Good. Flex your foot. Bring the hands behind your leg. Inhale and extend the leg all the way up. And then bend at the knee, drop the heel down. Again, if you want to bend that right leg, place the right foot on the floor, you feel free to do that. You're extending the leg all the way up and then bending the knee all the way down. Bring awareness to the knee joint, to the stretch in the back of the leg. Bring awareness to the upper thigh, the upper leg, the front of the leg. You bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. Let's hold that left leg all the way up. Lift the head, lift the shoulders. If it's available to you, just walk the hands up a little closer towards your foot. Maybe you even reach the foot. And then bring the head down, bring that left knee into the chest, and then slowly let that left foot come down to the floor. Come into corpse pose for a moment. Just rest on the floor. Feel the energy in your body. Feel all the places where your body touches the earth. When you're ready, bend the knees so both feet are flat on the floor. And then widen the feet so they're almost like they're the width of the mat. They're a little bit wider than your hips. Like windshield wipers, I want you to let the knees rock over to the right side of the body. They may or may not touch the floor. Most of us, they probably won't. And then let the knees come all the way up and then let them windshield wiper over to the other side. You're going to do this a few times. Again, at your own pace. You can feel that massage on your low back and on your glutes. And feel the sensations of the hip flexor and this little stretch in your upper leg. A little twisting of the spine here. So if you need to shorten your movement, so not to twist, we don't want to create any discomfort in the low back. Just explore the range of motion for you. Breathe as you move. Next time the knees go over to the right, just let the knees come down to the floor. If you want to use a bolster or a block to support the knees, you can. Take the arms, reach them overhead. Take your left hand and reach for the right wrist. You might even move the whole body over towards the right side of your, over towards the left side of your mat. So you're stretching into that right side of your body. Just adding a little bit of stretch to that upper body. The knees are one way, the head is, arms are the other way. I'm going to go to the other side, so take your time, lift the knees up, and just switch the hands, switch the arms, so the knees go over to the left, the upper body goes to the right. You want this to feel good, so there doesn't have to be a right or a wrong. Just notice what feels good to you. Deep breaths in and out. Good. Come back to the center. You can bring the arms down your side for a moment. I want you to bring the feet so that the feet are now touching close together on the mat. And you're going to open the knees and feel the soles of the feet come together. Let the knees melt down and then engage those inner thighs and bring the knees all the way back together. Feel the bottoms of the feet on the floor. And you're doing this a few times, opening the knees, the bottoms of the feet touch, and then inhale, let the knees come back together. Good. Feel those inner thighs working. There's a little bit of effort to mindfully draw the knees together, a little bit of strength in the core as you open and then as you close. Feel the breath. Next time those knees open, just pause here. Feel the bottoms of the feet together. Be mindful as to where you place those feet. Take the hands and interlace the fingers underneath your head. And let the elbows move down to the floor. So the elbows and the knees kind of mimic each other here. Take a deep breath in. Feel the entire front of the body lifting up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, let out a sigh and feel the entire back of your body just dropping into the earth, the elbows and the knees maybe just a bit closer to the earth. Take your time, bring the hands back down to your side. You might even use the hands or use those inner thighs and bring the knees back together. Position those feet now like they would be in mountain pose. So they're hip width apart. The heels are kind of in line with your sits bones. Those feet are parallel, pointed straight ahead to the front of the room. The arms are just by your side. Face is relaxed, shoulders are relaxed. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, press the belly into the back. We're just doing a pelvic tilt here. So you want to tuck the tailbone under, kind of pressing the small of the back into the floor. And then as you inhale, lift the small of the back off the floor. You're kind of creating a space in the small of the back, pressing the tailbone down to the earth. And then press the belly into the back. You're tucking that tailbone under, kind of rounding the spine, and then reverse. If you think of our cat and cow stretches when we're normally on our hands and knees, this is the same movement. We're just on our back, pressing the belly all the way down. And then lifting all the way up. Bring awareness to the feet and the knees. You want to keep them in alignment. Sometimes they drift out. Just rocking forward and back. Now, the next time that belly presses into the back, I want you to let the hips come off of the floor. Root the heels down and rise up to a bridge pose. Try to keep those knees in alignment with the hips. Let's slowly lower all the way back down. So hopefully you all have that block I mentioned to you it would be good to have. I want you to reach for that block and place the block between your knees. So those feet are parallel, the heels are pressing down. As you inhale, lift the hips all the way up without dropping the block. Squeeze the knees in to keep the block in place, and then slowly let the hips come all the way back down. You don't have to really squeeze into the block, but there's some action there as you lift the hips all the way up. And then exhale all the way down. Let's do it one more time like this. Inhale and lift up. Really notice the sensations in your body. Notice the position of the feet and the knees. Let the hips come all the way down without moving your body, your legs. Just take that block now and set it aside. I want you to imagine you still have that block between your knees, and inhale and lift the hips up. So imagine that block still between the knees as you lift all the way up and bring it all the way back down. Inhale, let the hips lift up. Imagine that block between your knees all the way up to the top. And then exhale all the way back down. Good. I want you to take that block again and place it between your knees, just like we were a few moments ago. Good. As you inhale, lift the feet off the floor, bring the knees into the chest while keeping a hold of that block. And then slowly bring the feet all the way back down to the floor. So this is really working our core. So press the belly into the back, lift the feet off the floor, draw the knees into the chest, and then slowly let the feet move all the way back down. Of course, you can do this at your own pace, your level of challenge, lifting the knees, bringing it all the way in, and then slowly all the way back down. The slower you go, the more challenging, the more control. Next time the knees come into the chest, just set that block aside. Imagine you still have that block between the knees as you lower the feet down and as you lift the knees back up. Relax the face and the jaw and the shoulders. Controlled movement, bringing the knees in and then lowering the feet down. Good. One more time. Bring those knees in. Let the feet come back to the floor. Once the feet are on the floor, we're going to come into waterfall. So widen the feet on the mat. Let the knees touch in the center. Let the palms rotate up. Let the whole body just rest and relax on the floor. Take a deep breath in and a slow breath out. Good. Walk those feet back together so that they're parallel like they were a few moments ago. This is a little bit of a challenge. This is going to be probably our most challenging part of the class today. So I want you to take your left foot up to the ceiling. Keep that right foot is parallel, pointed straight ahead. You're going to root that right foot down into the floor and imagine you're going to lift the hips off the floor. And for some of you, you might actually lift the hips all the way up. Imagine the left toe touching the ceiling. And then slowly, with control, bring it all the way back down. Keep the foot up. You're just going to root that right heel down into the floor as you inhale and lift. Maybe you don't lift all the way up. Maybe you just feel the sensation of lifting up. And then slowly lower back down. Really nice, everybody. You guys are doing great. Root that right heel down. Inhale and lift. Exhale and lower. One more. Inhale, lift. See if you can pause at the top. Lift up as high as you can. And then slowly come all the way down. Good. Bring that left foot to the floor. Come into waterfall for a moment. The feet are wide. The knees touch in the center. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and relax. Good. Feet are parallel. You know, the other side is coming. So take that right foot now up to the ceiling. Position that left foot so it's parallel, the heel's kind of in towards the body. Root that left foot to the floor. As you inhale, lift the hips, sending the foot all the way up to the ceiling, and then slowly let it come all the way back down. Try it again. Inhale, lifting up. Again, you might just imagine lifting up. You can get a lot of strength just by rooting that foot down, even if you don't lift up. Exhale, bring it back down. Slow and controlled as much as you can here. Inhale, lift all the way up. And exhale, bring it all the way back down. Good. Inhale, lift all the way up, or maybe you just imagine lifting all the way up. Just pause at the top. Feel the energy in your glute and your hamstring and your core. Lift up as high as you can, and then slowly bring it all the way back down. Good. Bring that right foot to the floor. Come into waterfall. Widen the feet. Let the knees just touch in the center. The palms can rotate up. Close the eyes. Relax and receive. Feel the sensations of right here and right now. Bring those feet so they're parallel once again. I want you to take the left ankle to the right knee. Keep that left knee moving down to the floor. That right foot is parallel. Root that left heel to the floor. As you inhale, lift the hips up, letting that left knee stay down towards the floor. Again, you might just have an energy of lifting the hips up. Maybe you don't actually lift all the way up and then slowly come all the way back down. Good. So that right heel presses down. The left knee is moving to the floor as you inhale, and maybe lift up. Maybe you just shift your weight. Maybe you barely come off the floor. Lift up as high as you can. That left knee down, and then slowly come back down the floor. You guys are all doing really great here. Inhale, lifting all the way up. And exhale all the way down. You guys are doing phenomenal. Inhale, lift up. You're going to pause at the top. Maybe here at the pause, you can drop that left knee down a little bit more. Maybe you can lift the hips a little higher. Deep breath in. Exhale slowly. Lower down. When the hips get to the floor, take that right knee and bring it into the chest. Wrap the hands around the thigh for a figure 4 stretch. You could use a strap here if you'd prefer. You might even just get enough of a stretch with the foot on the floor. Keep that right knee kind of moving out to the right to really lengthen and deepen that stretch. If you want to rock and move and shift in the pose, you can. That's it, Missy. Nicely done. It's not optional. Here is your breath. Some of you might even enjoy having a little support underneath the back of your head. Nothing too big, but if you notice your chin's really jotting up to the ceiling, you might use a little support under your head. Breathe. With your next exhale, let that right foot come all the way down to the floor. Then let the left foot come to the floor. We'll rest in that waterfall for a moment. Knees are together, feet are wider, palms are up, eyes are closed. Feel the sensations in the body. You might notice one side is a bit different than the other. Walk those feet in so they're parallel once again. Take your right ankle to the left knee. That right knee is now resting down. It's relaxed. That left heel, that left foot is parallel. You're pressing that left heel into the floor. You might use the arms here a little bit as you press and lift up off the floor. Or maybe you just imagine lifting up. But as you rise up, keep that right knee moving down and then slowly come all the way back down to the floor. There, you're doing great. Inhale, let those hips rise all the way up. Nice, Susan. Everybody, really nice job here. Exhale, lower down. Keep the movement controlled. Inhale, let the hips rise. Keep that right knee moving down to the floor. The higher you rise, the lower that right knee moves down. Nice, Marion. And then slowly all the way back down. Guys are keeping very slow, controlled movements. I love it. Inhale, lift all the way up. At the top, you're going to pause here. Let that right knee move down. Keep that left heel, that left foot pressing down into the floor. Lift as high as you can. Relax the face and the shoulders and the arms. Deep breath in. And on the exhale, slowly lower all the way back down. Once the hips are on the floor, take that left knee into the chest. You can wrap the hands around. You could use a support under the head. You could use a strap. Whatever feels good to you. You could move here by rocking the knees from side to side. You're going to notice a change in the stretch. Try to keep that left knee out to the left to lengthen through the stretch. The knee will want to drift into the midline without awareness. To get that deep stretch, send that left knee out towards the left. And breathe. Very slowly let that left foot come down to the floor. And then the right foot to the floor. Find that waterfall once again. Now extend both legs out along the floor. Move that right foot so it's close to the right edge of your mat. And then take your left foot and cross it over your right. Take the arms, reach them overhead. Take your right ankle or your right hand and reach for your left wrist. And draw the head and the shoulders, the arms over towards the right side of the mat. So you're trying to create a banana shape in your body. With the feet and the hands and the head. The sits bones stay grounded, so you're still on your back. The right legs, both legs are extended. Yeah, there you go, Lynn. There you go, Marion. Looks like everybody's got it really good. So what you're going to feel here is that stretch all through the left side of the body, from the bottom of the foot, the side of the leg, side of your body, through that left arm. As you breathe, as you inhale, breathe into the left side of the body. Feel that opening, that lengthening, that stretching into the left side of the body. And as you exhale, just relax. Find that balance between effort and ease. And we're going to release it out, coming into the other side. So take that left foot, uncross it. Put the left foot towards the left edge of your mat. Then cross the right foot over the left. You're going to use your left hand to hold onto the right wrist. Again, you might actually kind of move the shoulder blades, move your head, move the arms. You're creating that banana shape now on the other side. So the hands and the feet are towards the left side of your mat as you stretch through the right side of your body. Like you all have it here. It's going to look different for each of us. The shape of the curve in our banana will be different for each of us. Creating that half moon shape, that crescent moon shape, I should say. Nice, Susan. Beautiful, Deb. Uncross the legs. Bring the arms down to your side. Find corpse pose for a moment. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, let out a sigh. Take that left arm, let's see. Yeah, let's go ahead and take the left arm, reach it overhead. I want you to roll onto the left side of your body so that your hips are stacked. Once you're there, reach for that top ankle. That would be your right ankle. We're coming into a thigh stretch here. So notice we don't want the knee down to the bottom knee, and we don't want the knee pointed up to the ceiling. You want the knee to create a straight line from your hip. Gently tuck the tailbone under as you press the hip forward. You can certainly use a strap here to hold on to the ankle if you choose, or you can just let the knee bend. You don't have to hold on to it at all. Whatever feels good to you as you stretch through the thigh, the quadricep. Keep the core engaged, the tailbone slightly tucked under. So you don't want the knee up towards the ceiling, but you don't want it down to the other leg either. So you want to create that straight line. Yeah, that looks good. Another breath or two here. I want you to take the left arm that's on the floor, and point it out in front of you. So it's like in front of your gaze, in front of your face. Take that top leg and imagine your foot's going to touch your hand. Now, it might not actually connect. You could use a strap here. It's up to you. The knee can bend. You can bend the bottom knee as much as you need to. But you're trying to take your right foot towards your left hand. Basically, you want to stretch all through this IT band. So this is really good if you have sciatica. I know there's a few of us in here that struggle with that. So feel that stretch all through the low back, through the glute. The leg might not be completely straight, but you're straightening it as much as you can so you feel that stretch all through that outer leg. You want to add a little twist, you can bring the shoulder blades down to the floor. You don't have to, but that might feel good to you. Yeah, that's it. You have it. You are capable. You are doing it. Deep breaths in. Slow breaths out. Now release the hold on the foot or bend that top leg. You're going to curl up into a little ball like you're in the fetal position. We can do that, right? That feels really good right now. And then from here, you're going to make your way onto your belly. So I know for many of you, that's going to have your feet towards me. Maybe you can't see the screen. It's not really necessary. Just come onto your belly. You can be facing the back of the room. That's fine. I'll give you the cues that you need. Once you're on your belly, I want you to come up to your elbows. Bring the tops of the feet to the floor. The hands can be down, or you can interlace the fingers. It's up to you. Root the elbows down, lift up through the chest. Feel the energy all the way through the top of the head. This is our modified cobra pose. The tops of the feet are on the floor. You're pressing the feet down, pressing the elbows down, lifting up through the upper chest. Deep breaths in. Slow breaths out. Keep that upper body strong. Take a deep breath in as you exhale, lower the body all the way down. I want you to bring the hands underneath the shoulders. I want you to tuck the toes under. I want you to push the body all the way up and back into a puppy stretch. Lengthening through the spine, let the forehead come down to the mat, stretching through the sides of your body, through that spine. And you could choose to stay right here, or you could lift the hips and lift the knees and come all the way up into downward facing dog. You have your choice here. So you're either in a puppy stretch or you're in a downward facing dog. Deep breaths in and out. Really nice, everybody. As you inhale, lower the hips, come into a plank. Just pause your plank for a moment. Maybe the knees are on the floor. That's perfectly fine. You could be in a half plank. Really nice, Marion. Nice, Missy. Nice, Patsy. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, really slowly lower all the way down to the floor. We're going to rest in crocodile for a moment. So bring the hands underneath the forehead. Let the feet go wide. The toes can go out as the heels come in. Extend that right arm out, and you're going to roll onto the right side of the body, so you're stacking the hips. Reach for the ankle of that top leg, for that quadricep stretch on the other side. The heel comes in, tailbone tucks under. You could use a strap here to reach for the ankle. Notice, bring awareness if the knee is too high up or down, resting on the other leg. You want that knee extended right out from the hip. Relax the face and the shoulders. Relax the fingers and the toes. Deep mindful breaths in and out. Take that right hand that's on the floor, bring it in front of you so it's in front of your gaze. Take that top foot, that left foot, and imagine you're going to place it in your right hand. You might connect, you might not. You could use a strap to help you connect. That top leg might be straight and it might not be. You could bend that bottom knee. So if you have pain in the low back, bend that bottom knee as much as you can or choose. That's nice, Paula. You're stretching all through that outer thigh, that glute. You want to add a twist, you could bring the shoulder blades to the floor. Some of us, that'll be too intense. That's just an option if it feels good to you. So you're trying to straighten that top leg, that left leg out in front of you. Yeah, there you go, Katarina. Maybe your hand and foot touch, maybe not. They don't have to. You just want to go where you feel that stretch for you. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. When you're ready, very slowly release the hold on the foot. Come into that fetal position once again. Just draw the knees into the chest. Just relax here for a moment. Notice the sensations throughout your body. And then taking your time, move all the way on to your back once again. And rest in corpse pose just for a moment. We're getting close to Shavasana, but we're not quite there yet. Deep breath in, slow breath out. Bend both knees so both feet are flat on the floor. Take your right foot up to the ceiling. Draw the hands behind the thigh as you flex the foot and pull the toes towards your chest. Now you might walk the hands up towards your calf. You might even be able to reach your foot. You could use a strap if that's more comfortable. You could take that left leg, you could extend it along the floor. It's up to you. The focus of this stretch is on the back of that leg. Just make sure you're not holding right behind the knee. That's really the only place you don't want to hold. Press that right heel up, flex the foot. Relax the face and the jaw and the shoulders. Feel the breath. I want you to keep that right foot right where it is. I want you to just bring the arms down to your side. Engage your core. Press the small of the back into the floor. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, begin to lower that right leg down towards the floor. I want you to get as close to the floor as you can without touching. And then inhale just to slowly lift that right leg all the way back up. You're going to do that a few times at your own pace, trying not to rush the way up or the way down. If it's too intense, you can bend that left knee. That's a fine option. A great option if you feel any strain in your low back, then just bend that left knee. Slowly lower and slowly lift. And then bring that right knee all the way into the chest. Wrap the hands around the shin. Pull that knee all the way in. I want you to pull it in like you're holding a slingshot and you're drawing whatever's in the slingshot back. In this case, it's your knee. Pull that knee all the way in as far as you can and then release the slingshot and let the foot come all the way down, the leg all the way down to the floor. Rest in corpse pose here for a moment. Feel the sensations of your right leg. They might feel quite a bit different than the left. And bend both knees so both feet are once again flat on the floor. Take that left foot up to the ceiling. Bring the hands behind the leg. Press the heel all the way up so you're flexing that left foot. Toes towards the chest as the heel presses up. The leg might be completely straight, but it doesn't have to. You might walk the hands to your calf, to your ankle, to your foot. You might take a strap and put it on the bottom of the foot. You might extend that right leg out along the floor. Keep the face relaxed, the jaw, the shoulders. Keep that left heel pressing all the way up as you flex the foot, as you stretch and lengthen all through the back of that left leg. Keep that left foot in place. Just bring the arms down to your side. Engage the core, feel the small of the back, kind of pressing down to the floor. Slowly begin to lower that left leg down towards the floor. Get as close as you can for you without touching, and then slowly draw the foot all the way back up. You might choose to bend that right knee and keep that right foot on the floor. That's up to you. Maybe you don't go all the way down to the floor. That's another way to modify if you're feeling a lot of strain or challenge in your back. I do want you to try your best to keep the movement slow and steady. We're not running a race here. Bring awareness to all the different muscles that are working together to create this movement. And notice if there's muscles that are engaged that don't need to be, like your jaw or your shoulders or your fingers or your toes. Eventually bring that left knee into the chest. Interlace the fingers on the shin. Imagine you have that slingshot and you're drawing that knee all the way towards your face. Bring it back as far as you can. And when you're ready, release the slingshot. Let the left foot come all the way down to the floor. And rest in corpse pose. Now we will go into Shavasana. So make little adjustments. Maybe you widen the feet, maybe you adjust the hands, maybe you fix your clothes or your hair, maybe you add an eye pillow or a layer to your body. Maybe you bend the knees and come into waterfall instead. It's up to you. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And as you exhale, let out a sigh. This is your time to be completely still and relaxed and totally at ease. Sorry about that, folks. Yeah. deep breath in through the nose. And as you exhale, let out a sigh. Take another long, full, deep breath in. And this time, as you exhale, wiggle the fingers and wiggle the toes. Let your head just gently rock from side to side. And as you inhale, reach the arms overhead. Take a nice full body stretch. Feel all the energy and the love in your body. And slowly bring the knees into the chest. Make your way over onto the right side of the body. Curled up into that little ball, just to pause for a moment. And it's here we make time to be in gratitude. What are you grateful for in this moment? What are the sensations of being in gratitude? Can you keep that gratitude with you as you take your time and slowly draw the body up, coming back to a comfortable seated position with the hands on the heart? So here I invite you to send love and healing, first and foremost, to yourself. Practice self-love, knowing that you are worthy and that you deserve it. Send love and healing to each and every person with whom you just shared this practice. Doesn't matter whether you know them personally or not. We extend this love and healing to other members of our yoga community that for whatever reason are not here to receive it themselves. And love and healing to those you feel closest to in your life, those people you call your family and your friends. Bring to mind someone in that circle, that someone you feel close to that you know is having a hard time right now. Maybe they're physically unwell, maybe emotionally they're struggling. But send this person love and healing. Bring to mind someone that you struggle to be kind to, someone that you don't like very much, someone that's hurt you or wronged you, someone that makes you feel angry, sad, hurt, misunderstood. See this person as you. And I invite you to send them love and healing. Ultimately, this love and healing goes out to every human being on the planet and to every living thing in the universe. Let's close with our affirmation. I'll say it once by myself so you can listen, and then I'll invite you to say it along with me. There is enough love to heal the world, and there is enough love to heal ourselves. Take a deep breath in. Together, there is enough love to heal the world, and there is enough love to heal ourselves. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace,
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 peace.
peace.
Namaste.
One minute. I unmute us.
The real gift of this practice is taking it off of the mat and into the rest of your day, into your rest of the week, to take the awareness to breath, to the mindful movements, to the kindness and the commitment that you gave to yourself by showing up on your mat today, to continue that kindness and that commitment to yourself as you go into the weekend, as you move off of your mat. That is where this practice can truly transform your life.